Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Justin with AmericanTrucks.com here with a fresh dose of truck news, hot off the presses thanks to these new naked pictures of what is sure to be the next chapter of the very popular F-150. So what do you say we jump right in? And as always guys, feel free to join the conversation in the comments section below and let us know what you think. Just yesterday, photos started circulating of what is rumored to be the 2021 F-150, all but exposed roaming the streets of Dearborn, which by the way seems awfully uncharacteristic of Ford, who really tries to keep things like this bottled up until an official launch. And what I mean by that is they got the whole front and rear end completely left uncovered to be viewed in all of their glory. So let's view them, and the most obvious place to start is right up front. Now the biggest change here is with those headlights. The shape is now totally different as the grille has been redesigned in a way to kind of dive into the headlight housing as opposed to dissecting it, which has been the case ever since the redesign back in 2015. Now, this mule is most definitely going to be a higher trim model, such as a Platinum, for instance, due to certain finishes, and the power running boards, which are typically reserved for those more expensive models. And if history is any indication, we can certainly expect those headlights to change dramatically on some of those lower trim model trucks as well. Now, those headlights appear to be equipped with stuff you'd expect to see on higher trim level trucks, right? You have the LED running light wrapping around the side and top portion of the light itself, and this appears to be back to a diffused LED. And thank goodness, because that rope lighting or whatever Ford used on the 2018 and newer LED headlights was certainly not a good look, and the diffused stuff looks a lot better here on the newer truck. Now the lights themselves appear to be twin projectors stacked on top of one another, separated by this little amber marker, and those guys are surrounded by the chrome horseshoe looking things for a bit more detail. Finally, the black housings are going to receive two big thumbs up from me personally, but the one big question I still have is, will Ford finally step up to an LED or HID headlight on lower trim trucks, or will those guys still be burdened with the standard dated halogens? It will also be interesting to see just how those standard XL or XLT headlights will appear without all of the high-end trimmings. Time will definitely tell there. Now outside of those headlights, one of the other big changes up front are these fog lights. Now gone are the standard rectangular models that have been in place ever since 2015, and now Ford has gotten all fancy with these things, slightly smaller, thinner fog lights, which also, by the way, have been given the LED treatment, at least on the higher trim truck that we're looking at here. Now these are certainly unique, right, for lack of a better word, and honestly one of my only or few question marks I have about this front end refresh, not necessarily the size or the shape, but that location at the top of the bumper. Either way, let us know what you think on this. But let's get back to that grille, and although the portion nearest the headlight has changed, the basic overall shape of the grille has not. To me, it just looks like Ford took the 2018 style grille, chopped off the ends, and went from a bold 2-bar horizontal design to a 1-bar design. Now, granted, we have to keep in mind that the grille is the one area that literally changes with each and every trim level truck, so one can only imagine there will be several iterations of the grille, along with that chrome or brush surround being swapped out for painted parts on sport models like the previous gen. Two other big areas up front that caught my attention, the first of which is this awesome new hood, which has a bit of a power bulge or mini cowl going on dead center. I really dig that. The second of which is this lower grille opening in the bumper. Now this particular mule is completely blocked off in every single shot, which is unusual even for a V8 powered truck, but almost certainly excludes this from being an EcoBoost model. Now typically with that shutter system, they would be open at some point during operation, but that does not seem to be the case here. Just a small little thing I noticed with some of these images. But moving down the side of the truck, and pretty much business as usual, right? Nothing crazy outside of those power running boards on this particular mule, which, as we mentioned earlier, typically denotes a premium package truck. Wheels, on the other hand, look very similar to a 2020 chrome package truck, so nothing really new to see there, might just be a placeholder. However, making our way to the back of the truck, and hey, Look at that, it looks like it's 2009 all over again with these taillights. I mean, if you were to uninstall these things and lay them on this table, I would be convinced that they were an aftermarket taillight for the 09 to 14 body style truck. They're just identical in size and shape. They are not the same, however, and obviously are quite a bit different, namely with that blind spot radar in the center and the abundance of clear reflector here, which almost gives these things a bit of that Euro light look, and I'm sure there'll be some opinions on that. Tailgate seems devoid from that F-150 stamping we've seen over the last few years, while there is the appearance of some sort of applique, which would align with our guesses earlier of this being a Platinum, Limited, or King Ranch model, or maybe this is a completely new standard tailgate treatment for 2021. Time will tell there. The only big question mark I have back here is what are these two guys doing on the roof? Now the obvious and boring answer would be some sort of satellite or navigation-based radar or antenna, but who knows, maybe Ford is working on some sort of rear-firing missile launcher for pesky tailgaters. Anyway, if you guys really know what these things are, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. Now, outside of the appearance, guys, we really don't have much to go on still with this next-gen F-150. It does still appear the truck will have a solid rear axle, which we did hear some whisperings of maybe an IRS-equipped F-150 at some point. Just doesn't seem to be the case here, at least on this particular variant. We really still don't know about engines, right? However, based on Ford's affection for EcoBoost engines, one can assume there will be at least one, maybe two of those, along with some sort of V8 option, at least we hope, right? 5 liter, will it stick around? Will we finally see this new rumored 4.8 liter, or possibly even a diesel half-ton if Ford decides to keep that 3 liter going? Also, what can we expect as far as an electric platform? We keep hearing rumors about this as well. It seems like time is now. They have to make a move on this to compete with some of the upcoming electric trucks hitting the market. But either way, guys, let us know in the comments section below what you think that powertrain lineup might look like for 2021. Regardless, it will be interesting to see what Ford does with the world's best-selling pickup truck. There are a lot of enthusiasts out there patiently or not so patiently awaiting the coming of the next chapter of F-150. And based on Ford's recent $1.6 billion loss in Q4 of 2019, one can imagine they're hoping their #1 seller can keep them going in the right direction and hopefully help pull them out of this sales slump. Either way, guys, with the New York Auto Show right around the corner in April and the Detroit Auto Show taking place in June, one can expect to see the brand new 2021 F-150 in all of its glory very soon. In the meantime, I'm Justin. Thanks for watching. And for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.